On December 27, 1970, the President of India, in exercise of the powers conferred upon him by the Constitution, dissolves the Lok Sabha. Explaining the reasons for the dissolution of the Lok Sabha, the Prime Minister, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, says,
"There comes a time in the life of a nation when the government of the day has to take an unusual step to cut through difficulties in order to solve the pressing problems with which the country is beset. The present is such a time. Therefore, on the advice of the Council of Ministers, the President has dissolved the Lok Sabha before its full term. In a parliamentary democracy, this is not unusual, but in India it has happened for the first time."
The task of organizing and conducting the poll, revision of electoral rolls, and other works regarding the midterm election are with the Election Commission. Meanwhile, politicians launch their campaigns. Numerous ideologies and manifestos, blending fact and fiction, flash at the people. About a score of political parties and innumerable independents offer a wide range of political choice to the electorate. The tumult of ideas and the interplay of social choices is no more confined to urban centers. Mass media produce a revolution of political awareness in the countryside, hills and hamlets. Meetings become mammoth. One way of fighting is the formation of alliances. Then come processions. Door-to-door campaigns are organized. Advertisements and posters speak well for the candidates. Then comes the writing on the wall. Slogans in rhythm and verse with wit are the commonest sight on the walls. March 1971, the country goes to the polls. Elections are spread out from the 1st to the 10th of March. The strength of the electorate is about 275 million. The national average for polling is about 60%. In several places, women outnumber men in polling booths. Polling lays stress on the exercise of franchise by women, underprivileged classes of society, invalids, and the physically handicapped. A note of secularism resounds all over the country as people of various religious faiths, castes, and creeds rub shoulders at polling booths. They are to choose 518 candidates for the Lok Sabha. They are also to choose candidates in 654 assembly constituencies in 3 states, Tamil Nadu, Orissa, and West Bengal. Voting is a battle of the ballot in secrecy. tribal areas have been provided with special voting facilities. Mobile polling stations are a new device to ensure voting. Altogether, there are 340,000 polling booths all over the country. Ballot boxes in position are 1 million, and the army of election functionaries comprises 2 million. At 5 o'clock every evening, the polling is stopped. The ballot boxes are kept under police guard to allay fears of possible tampering. The arrangement becomes necessary on account of a long interval between polling and counting. Polling agents of the contesting candidates are allowed to affix their seals on the doors and windows of the buildings where the boxes are kept. Summing up the polling, the Chief Election Commissioner says,
"It has been throughout this vast country a fair, peaceful and smooth election."
The day of the great counting. Polling agents are present when lockers are opened. A new system of counting is introduced for the first time. The ballot papers used at all the polling stations in a constituency are mixed together and then counted. This will avoid the possibility of anybody knowing the trend of voting in a particular locality. The vigilant party representatives keep a watch over the counting. Facilities have been accorded to foreign correspondents and TV cameramen to cover the elections. Special telephone centers have been set up to channelize information. All India Radio beams election news in hourly bulletins. The Press Information Bureau is set for publicizing the results. The whole nation waits tensely for the results. Even the beginning of counting indicates an impressive lead by the Congress led by Mr. Jagjeevan Ram. The party secures 350 seats in the Lok Sabha, a 2/3 majority.
Banerjee Zindabad! Mukul Banerjee Zindabad! Mukul Banerjee Zindabad!
11th of March 1971. At an informal press conference, Mrs. Indira Gandhi says,
Well, I can only say that I feel, one feels exceedingly humble when we see the faith and trust of the people, because there's no doubt that this faith increases our responsibility. The responsibility is always there. But with this kind of a mandate, one feels all the more urged to do something quickly. I can only thank the people very warmly for the manner in which they have helped.
the same evening, admirers congratulate her. March the 17th, 1971, meeting of the Parliamentary Party of the Congress led by Mr. Jagjeevan Ram. Mrs. Gandhi is proposed as the leader of the Parliamentary Party by the President of the Congress, Mr. Jagjeevan Ram. Mr. Y.B. Chauhan seconds the proposal. Mrs. Gandhi is unanimously elected the leader. Following her election, the leader of the largest party in the Lok Sabha, Mrs. Gandhi, is sworn in as the Prime Minister of India.
I, Indira Gandhi,
Do solemnly affirm
that
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established,
to the Constitution of India as by law established,
that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India,
that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India,
that I will faithfully and conscientiously discharge my duties as a Minister for the Union,
that I will faithfully and conscientiously discharge my duties as a Minister for the Union,
and that I will do right to all manner of people
and that I will do right to all manner of people
in accordance with the Constitution and the law,
in accordance with the Constitution and the law,
without fear or favor, affection or ill will.
without fear, favor, affection or ill will.